higher charge, allegedly. I don't believe it, but what are the facts, co-host?
Man, it's just crazy out here for Dirk. They won't let our mans free, man. They saying that Dirk allegedly had court this week, and he went up and asked for a bond hearing. He went to the judge, and it was like, Judge, we deserve to get free. Dirk wasn't trying to be a flight risk. He wasn't doing...
He does his food drives.
I mean, he does food drives. He does all this stuff for the community.
The man of the
for the
people.
past 10 years, he's been doing great. Model citizen. And it's just like, we ain't trying to hear that. Then boom, they dropped the new evidence, man. They say my dog got get back for his brother D thing.
I thought Dirk wasn't sliding for nobody, but apparently he's sliding for everybody.
I mean, listen.
What's going on here?
He's standing on...
The internet's saying one thing, but the court documents are saying another.
He's standing on business like everybody's saying. This is what people be saying. They
Stand on biz?
They saying they tired
Like
of these
PJ
rappers.
Washington?
Horrible. Yep. They say they tired of people always saying these rappers be rapping about things that they ain't never doing. Well, it's looking like Dirk allegedly did it by some of these songs. But hey, man, we got D-Thing Mama. She finna say something nice about D-Thing, and then we gonna come back and give you some more information.
I don't know why
on this
people
case.
think Chicago rappers don't live their raps. We literally have documentaries about what goes on, and there's literally a lot of people that ain't with us no more because a lot of Chicago people live their raps.
Man.
But Summer Walker's going to find out about that.
That was horrible.
Let's check out this video clip. Go ahead.
That Sierra prayer brought you Rico Reckless? That's crazy. Throw that prayer, Ray. Throw it all away.
Rico is a reformed man.
Oh, Lord.
Ever since he was dodging Dookie Glocks and made it out
Lord.
to freedom, he's a changed man. No more Dookie Glocks for Rico.
This girl can't pick him, man. This shit's horrible.
But let's see the clip.
I'm still going through it. It's kind of hard. The reality of it is I can't accept it right now. And it's still kind of hard for me to acknowledge that, like, okay, I can't FaceTime him anymore or call him anymore. It's still, kind of unreal right now. And I'm dealing with it. I'm going to deal with it, head on. I have to, because I have to be here for this kid. Oh, yeah, it's very, very, very hard. And the depression and anxiety that I'm dealing with now, I dealt with it as a child, and now it's gotten worse. As a child, it kind of subsided a little bit, but then when this happened, it got a little worse. But I'm gonna deal with it because that's something D-Thing wanted me. He said, "Ma, you got to get out there and do whatever," and that's what I'm doing right now. The gun violence is not going anywhere, no time soon. It's just too much going on. You got the beefing, you got the this and the dead, which is awful, and I mean that all across the board. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Everyone and anyone that this did is disgusting to me.
Dang.
Ooh. Now it looks like here, man, federal judge in Los Angeles denies Lil Durk. So even after he put up $3.3 million and also he put up his Georgia home, and he says Sony, which is big when your record label said they finna back you up. They
Put up
backed
$1 million.
Put up $1 million in cash. They don't back up nobody.
Man, if they get him out of jail, they would have owed him like Tupac owed
Pretty much.
what, Suge?
Yeah, like Tupac owed Suge, or how, it never really happens. Like, I remember back in the day when Beanie Siegel was up on stand and they were finna get Beanie Siegel bond, and they was like, okay, we'll give you bond and everything if Jay-Z said he'll vouch for you. And then Jay-Z said, nah.
Jay-Z ain't vouching for nobody right
and then
now.
It ain't been the same. It ain't been good ever since, man. Comment down below if you remember that story. But, this story is crazy. What's up with these hitmans? These hitmans ain't doing their job right. They supposed to do these things squeaky clean.
That's what happens when you get great value hitman. 10 mil
Oh, Lord.
hitman. They be leaving receipts from their McDonald's, their pre-drill meal in the car, and they be using the car that they stole for like a whole week before they actually commit the crime. You're supposed to steal it, stash it, and then use it, and then destroy it. And they're not doing none of the above. They're stealing it, using it for a week, and then leaving it somewhere, and leaving personal items in the vehicle. It's literally ridiculous. You can't be more messy
Goofy
than
behavior.
that. You're asking to be caught. I don't know what these dudes think. They put their life on the line, but they don't take 2 seconds to think about actually how to plan things out or do things correctly. If you're going to do something that, you're putting your life or your livelihood or your freedom on the line, you would think that they would maybe think twice about what they're doing and actually plan it out. Because things get real. Sometimes you got to get back. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to break the rules. But if you're going to break the rules, man, be smart.
It's like
Why be a dumb criminal and make it easy?
Yeah, it's like the whole Young Dolph case situation. Remember how everything was recorded, and then they found out that, oh yeah, you took your daughter to school. You went to the store, and you went to the cookie store already in this car. You went back to your mama house in this car.
Yep.
And you never changed your drawers. They got him by his drawers.
Why is it the one thing that you remember?
Is how they caught him, and I remember it
They
vividly.
caught him by his drawers, the DNA from his drawers.
No, they seen like they knew it was him because when he shot at Dolph, they looked at.
Oh, they looked at.
his
Yeah,
pants
because he was sagging.
That's what.
See what happens. My co-host is a serial sagger, and I tell him better watch out. Someone might try to take your manhood.
Hey, yo.
But it ain't gonna take your manhood. Well, we know what? It might still end up with his manhood getting taken.
That's disrespectful.
Because he's gonna be in jail because he sagged, and I bet he wore the fancy boxers.
He did.
With like all like a certain print or a certain color, and they're like, we know that exact brand, and you bought a pair of those, and they were shipped to your house 2 months ago.
The Ethica boxers, man.
The Ethica, yeah.
It's
Ridiculous.
It's horrible, but I mean, so it looks like here we gonna tell you the story, man. D Thing is Derrick Rose is Dirk's. I don't know.
Shout out Derrick Rose. He's from Chicago. It's cool.
He's Dirk's brother. So allegedly, what happened is that he went to a club on the wrong side of town, and then some bad things happened.
Well, what really happened is he was hanging. He went to a party, and the thing is when you're famous and you go back to your old town, your old stomping grounds. I think it's one thing to see your family, be your friends. See your friends if you're at a secure location, but I think by no means do you need to be out publicly
Fact.
to flex on anyone, because there's all kinds of people that know you from your past. Maybe they think they know the real you and are upset because you're doing good and want to mess with you, or maybe take it there. It's really not worth it. Like if you make it big, you almost got to move to either, like, if you even want to live in the same city, like the opposite side of the same city, and still really not go out that much.
Yep.
And that's the only way you have a chance if you got to stay where you're from. But really, it's best to move.
And don't go to parties in your own city.
Yeah, you don't go to parties in your own
city.
Especially
on your outside of town. I don't care how much you
how confident you are, how much you think
are.
your team's up, if you think all your main ops are gone. I mean, that's basically what happened. D-Thing was trolling the ops. He was on Instagram story basically saying that he's not scared. He can go anywhere in the city because all of his main ops are dead. So when all your main ops are dead, he's basically trolling, saying that he's not worried about anybody else, that anyone else that's still alive is basically nobody to worry about. And then he went to a party immediately after.
Horrible.
That's close to enemy territory, and then they run into him. Supposedly, he made it to the parking lot. Mm-hmm. An argument ensued in the parking lot, and then he kind of started making his way back towards the club to get back with his people, because he was like kind of solo when he went to the parking lot, and that's when he ran into a couple of dudes allegedly. And then when he was trying to go back, I guess it got like to a point, and then they just straight up shot him point blank. And he passed away immediately.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous in the streets. And then, a fast forward, everybody picking that Dirk, like, you ain't finna slide for Von. You ain't sliding for D-Thing. You ain't sliding for nobody. But then
Newski.
You ain't signed for Newski. Then turns out FBI saying Dirk's been doing all this stuff all along, man. He's a dangerous hitman. So
you hear his songs?
Exactly. They're saying you're a dangerous hitman, so it doesn't matter if you give him bond or anything. He's not the one that's actually doing the crime. He's the one allegedly paying for the crime, funding the crime. And I mean, with this one, with this Mac person that they alleged that Dirk put a hit on, they said the two people, Preston and Anthony Montgomery Wilson, have to be the dumbest criminals in Chicago history. Like, how you
a lot of people be so thirsty that they don't think, and then that's why we see these like major glaring mistakes that people make.
Pretty much because they wanted that money. Allegedly, they saying like Dirk was offering anywhere between $100K to
like 50, 100K or something
to
like
500K.
Some crazy. I forget the exact number.
Just for D Thing's person, D Thing's killer. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's what I guess they jumped on the scene. So allegedly what happened is they stole a car. They stole a car one day. They was driving a car around for a whole week.
Yeah.
Going to Dairy Queen, going to McDonald's,
going to the burger spot,
going to famous burger spots, But they ain't not the one getting out the car. They sending his girlfriend out, alleged girlfriend, girl he messed with out, to go get the stuff, so it make him look all suspicious. But see, the issue is
she's a snitch.
She a snitch. You can never.
You know what?
What?
She probably listen to Real Boston Richie.
Oh,
just runs in her blood.
You a hater. You can't let
Real Boston blood.
Horrible.
No, I'm kidding.
Listen, he said he ain't snitch.
Anything from Boston is trash.
Horrible.
I know he's not from Boston, but his name is, so he's automatically trash. But I'm sorry, continue.
Horrible. He ain't snitch, but I mean, so this is the crazy part. So they have the stolen. They finally get the stolen.
Oh look, I'm wearing my Chicago hat this episode.
You represent.
We locked in.
Horrible. So they basically what happened is Anthony and Preston, They finally get in the car. You know, they do this move to hit this lick on Mac, the one that allegedly went at G thing. And they drove to the location where he was at. They ran up on him, shot him in the head, and he laid down. But the thing is, when they ran off, one of these dummies yelled out the other dummies
government name.
Not government name. He called him Marley. And Marley is Marley is his nickname.
Yeah, his nickname.
Because Marley is Preston Powell's nickname. So basically,
that'd be like me yelling, Felix,
exactly,
run over here.
So basically,
and then they're like, we know Felix Supreme. We see him on Instagram all the time.
305. Exactly, man. You see me saying all this stuff, so so picture this, man.
Why does he sound like a pigeon?
You horrible. They do the hit. It's two of them. One run left, other one run right. And then the other one screams out the other one's nickname. Allegedly, what happened is a camera or a car heard the noise, recorded the noise. Man, this new technology is out here crazy.
Well, everyone got like those Ring cameras now.
Exactly. So,
for real.
So the Ring camera called him screaming out name, and then on top of that, the dummies left the car at the scene of the crime with their girlfriend's cell phone.
That's stupid.
In the car. So of course, what the girlfriend do? She called up AT&T, be like, I need my phone turned off.
I need to cancel.
My phone was stolen. So you already know the police, swiped that up. Feds swiped that up. They took that information. They started connecting the dots. They bring the girlfriend in. First thing the girlfriend do say is, I don't know about nothing. Then they say, we're gonna charge you with murder. And then that's when she spilled the beans. You could never trust a girl to hold it down. When you do things like this, you got to do it by yourself. You got to keep your phones away. That's one thing. If the Melly case ain't tell you, keep the phones away.
I mean, that's really honestly, like, you almost got to go like Assassin's Creed style. Like, you can't have nothing on you.
You got to ride on a bike. You can't even ride on a vehicle.
Yeah, you got to ride on a bike. It's crazy because it's like the only places you could really do stuff like that was where they have public transit, where you could like move a few places on the train and then get off and like keep going, and then like on a bike they lose track of you.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you probably can do that, but the cameras when you go down the
streets,
go down the
it's crazy, man. There's so many cameras now. It's just
you got to ride. I
mean,
you
can maybe get away with it in some places. Like we're in Texas, and there's probably some areas where they really don't have cameras. So you might be able to get away with some stuff. But man, even now, like we get more up to date. A lot of places have cameras. So unless you like catch someone at their house, but like I said, so many people have Ring cameras.
Got an Apple Watch.
Yeah, Apple
Watch.
Yeah, you gotta basically be a ninja. You can't have no electronics on you at all because you can be tracked. You gotta do it, and then you gotta have some way to go away. You know what? The only way to do it is have a drone pick you up. Like your Inspector Gadget or something.
Just fly over all the cameras.
You gotta be feet on land. You gotta walk them down on feet, and then after that, you just put in the signal, and you get picked up by a drone. Look like Inspector Gadget just flying away.
Pretty much. I mean, you gotta do something like that, or like, I ain't gonna incriminate myself with this, but I mean,
or get like an internet. The thing is also you see with a lot of these sloppy things.
Mm-hmm.
People that ride for the team, or they pay people. Some of the lower level people that need money that'll take that risk to do it for the team. They should just go professional, man. Get an internet, get a 007. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, we got to get a 007.
Somebody that shows up on a plane. Is in the town,
far
stays
away.
at a place where no one knows that, just comes in and disappears, and they never knew they were even in the town.
Exactly. What you don't do is get somebody that's in your same city, and they leave their girlfriend's cell phone in the car. She get a new cell phone. And then you get
a chicken nugget receipt. I mean, what are we doing here?
Leave receipts in the car.
That's crazy.
She get a new cell phone. She gives it to one of the alleged shooters. Then they follow the whole text message thread, and then this text message thread is even worse than the whole leaving the phone in the car.
They're dropping straight names, no censorship. They're like, Durk send the money. The OTF send the money.
It's like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like the man, like Preston sent Montgomery to take.
Durk's got to do is like
what?
There was a fake Chicago drill page that posted a thing saying that there was an active hit on these guys. These guys believed it. They did the hit, and the reason they didn't get paid and Durk never saw him because it was fake.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
That's how I feel like he can beat this, because when we heard the whole case, we read the whole indictment paperwork, and they said that the dude was asking for the money, like, where the money at, where the money at. He was like, Durk gonna come February 17th. Allegedly, that's the same time he was on the show with Gillian and Wallow with all that money in front of him.
Oh, he had $1 million on the table?
Yeah, he had $1 million on the table. So, I mean, that situation.
I think he could have maybe broke off some of that million and paid him, because I bet he didn't pay him no million.
He didn't get paid no million, but at the same,
he could afford that. I'm not saying he can't, but I think if you're paying some local drillers, you ain't paying them no million. A million is a professional hitman.
True, but after that, they said after February 17th, the Preston dude hit up Marley again, and he was like, "Did you get the money yet?" Again, so he still ain't get the money. So I mean,
these dudes suck, man.
These dudes suck. They saying
that's why someone, like, if you're a criminal or a bad person, or you're not necessarily a bad person, someone that breaks the laws and rules. I mean, sometimes it's like, man, you did it to yourself.
Pretty much.
You didn't think nothing out.
Exactly, and all they
and
got.
Most crimes I don't agree with, but some great stuff.
Sometimes you got to slide for your brother. I mean, it's your brother. You got.
I mean, that's what academic said. They always say forgive and forget. But he goes, if someone takes out one of my blood relatives, he goes, nah. He's like, I'm paying that. Even academics say he's paying a hitman to murk somebody if they took out one of his family members. So you know how it go.
And the only thing they got on this, and I'm tired of them always using this, is these rap lyrics, like in the song.
I don't like that, because it's like, if someone makes like a murder mystery movie, right? Are you gonna sue the person? We think you're a real murderer, and they're like, no, it's a movie.
It's like, but you true that.
But it looks so real. Like, that's special effects. We're like in the future. We're in the we're in the 2000 years. We're not in the 19.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah. All the stuff is make believe. It's fairy tale. None of the stuff is a lie. None of the stuff is true. I mean, like the whole Quando Rondo situation. They saying Durk did that song, but he was like, "Nah, I recorded this song way before the situation happened."
Yeah.
And that
he was talking about something old. He was talking about Newski's killers that got killed.
Exactly. Let me even talk about
this sucks
so
though,
things.
Man. When you're big and you're bringing people up, people that dislike you or against you, they're gonna do anything to get at you and try to take out your friends and family members. And this is crazy when you're Chicago. I mean, even Chief Keef himself, people praise Chief Keef for staying out of the way and moving for California and kind of distancing himself from O-Block once he moved, because he didn't want to get involved, because, he already had an extensive record and allegedly got in a shootout. And that's where people thought he died in the shootout. And that's where the Back from the Dead mixtape got its name. But he's even lost a bunch of people. I mean, Capo?
Yeah.
He lost him. He went back home to Chicago, even though he moved out to California with Chief Keef. He went back home to visit for a week. And he's also friends with G Herbo. And, he went back home for a week and he got killed. Someone saw him that didn't like him and just sprayed him. His cousin Blood Money signed, Chief Keef's cousin Blood Money signed like a 3-album deal with Interscope, because they played him his music. He was actually really dope. And then he got taken out. Some people say it was allegedly K.I. Well, that's never been confirmed. K.I. was, with Duck and them. So it was on that side. But, a lot of crazy stuff. And R.I.P. There's one more member that was the original GBE member. The smaller member that only put out like 1 or 2 tapes ever. But he passed away. Well, same thing. He was in Chicago. Someone caught him in traffic. I mean, even Little Reese himself wouldn't leave Chicago.
Yeah, he got shot
in Chicago.
And
then he got shot in traffic, and he got shot in the neck. And then it took him a long time to get like his voice back. And he doesn't sound the same, but some people say he sounds cooler like 50 Cent.
Then he had
not like 50 Cent, but a new voice.
Yeah, he had a new voice. Then he moved to Texas, and now he
gets in trouble in here all the time. I think he's currently in jail right now.
Horrible, man. Free, if you're in jail, man, free Reese, man. Free Reese.
Free the guys, we the guys.
But I mean, do you feel like Durk got a chance to beat in this case?
For sure.
You think
he's
so?
He's paying big money. He's got label money. Sony's backing him.
True.
He says, man, I would guess Sony is like probably the parent company, because I think, was he with Empire? No, King Von was with Empire.
Sony's the big one. Empire would be the small one.
Yeah, because, with music labels, they have like the big label, the medium label, and then like the imprint label.
Yeah, like
but really the big label owns like all of them.
True.
That's like Universal Music Group has a bunch, owns like all kinds of different record labels at all different levels. So you can be like, oh, I'm signed to this like label. I'm basically independent. It's like, no, you're still under Universal basically. So you know how that goes. Any last comments on this?
Man, free Durk, man. Comment down below how you feel about this case. How you feel about these hitmans being sloppy? Does anybody know how to do it right? That's what I want to know, man. What you got to do, man? Do you got
It
to
wasn't real
hit?
members that did anything.
It's never the real
It
members.
was probably some people trying to just get in cool, and they did this with no word from Durk. They probably operated as one by themselves. So I think Durk beats the case. I think these guys acted alone and by themselves, being cloud chasers, and that's what I'm gonna go with.
Facts, man. Facts, man.
No,
But
just
once,
kidding.
horrible. But once again, man.
No, but that's what I believe. Free Durk.
Free Durk. Free Just Blow.
Free Just Blow, free Rondo, free C-Day, free Macadooia, free all the guys.
Man, free all the guys. And R.I.P. What's that man name? Coop.
What, E-Day?
Yeah, E-Day.
R.I.P. to E-Day, man.